Most outdoor space is a total scam. And what I mean by that is apartments that have outdoor space generally have higher rent than they would otherwise. And when you get there and you look at the outdoor space, it usually sucks. But that's not the case with today's place. And that's because the apartment we're seeing today has several hundred square feet of private outdoor space. And we're gonna go take a look so that you can decide if this apartment is a dream come true or a total nightmare. And either way, if you have fun watching this video, hit the like button and subscribe. So right now we're in the Gramercy Park Flatiron area. Now this area starts in the 20s on the east side and goes up into about the 30s, at which point you'd hit Murray Hill. Now, this neighborhood, it's not like the East Village or the other downtown areas. In fact, this neighborhood feels a lot more like Midtown than it does downtown. And that's because we're near Park Avenue and Lexington Avenue and all of the big classic buildings that come with this territory. The most iconic of which is the Flatiron building, which I'm sure you've heard of. It looks great no matter what time of year it is. Unfortunately, right now it's under construction, but this is the building that the entire area is named after. This neighborhood is very convenient. There are a lot of trains here, and it's got a very busy vibe in the mornings during commute times. But in the evening, it's relatively quiet because it's not as popular of a location to go out as a downtown neighborhood like the East Village or Soho. So if you're looking for a neighborhood that offers a lot in the way of convenience, this is gonna be it. Unfortunately, it's not as cool or trendy as some of the other downtown neighborhoods that we've toured recently, which I mentioned, but the good news about that is prices here tend to be a little lower than they would be if you were looking in a neighborhood that is super desirable and known for its nightlife. Oh no, not again. Well, it looks like we're going up.
Really steep.
This staircase is no joke. Well, since we're up here, we might as well start the tour. Get this door open and take a look. Oh, it's locked. Whoa! This roof deck, this is something else. This is a ton of space, easily a couple hundred square feet. And look at how far back it goes. It goes all the way back to the other part of the building, which faces the street. It looks like your neighbors also have a roof deck, but if you're friends with them, that shouldn't be a big deal. And you can really stretch your legs up here. And it's also pretty quiet. And I think that's because we've got the entryway from the apartment back here, and then we've got the street all the way on the other side of the deck down this way. So you're insulated from a lot of the street noise that would be disturbing and loud. You don't really get that here because this roof deck is kind of in the center of the building. This is an insane amount of private space, and it's really cool. You can see the tops of all these other buildings and really get this classic New York feeling because we're in kind of a location that, like I said, feels more like Midtown than a neighborhood. So you see a lot of the buildings around here that might remind you of like classic Midtown Manhattan. I think it's pretty neat. So what could you fit up here? Well, it's a really large space and there's more than enough room up here for like a legit patio setup. If you went to Home Depot and you got like an outdoor table and some chairs, possibly even a hammock, you could put all of that up here and be super comfortable and have a space that's unlike anything else that you're gonna get below $5,000 or $6,000 a month in lower Manhattan. Let's walk a little bit over here to the edge. Kind of a tight squeeze, but there is a really nice fence here to keep people from falling over. If you have any Rousey visitors, they'll appreciate this. We're gonna look over the edge. Check this out. No thanks. I am really glad there's this fence here because I would not want to fall down there, that's for sure. What's cool is you've got this entryway that goes onto the deck and you could set up furniture and stuff inside here as well. So you kind of have like this dual purpose inside, outside area for hanging out and entertaining guests and visitors. Let's take a look here. So you've got all this space right here, which is connected to the roof deck, which is right outside the window. This room here that's off the deck would be great for like a TV and a small sofa, because that would just flow really nicely with the whole environment out on the roof, and you could have just the coolest hangout spot ever. Say goodbye to the roof for now. Lock this door. Oh geez. I think the angle that we're on here, this is not 45 degrees. This is like close to 70 degrees. That was definitely an experience, but now we can see the rest of the apartment. The living room is this room right in the middle where the staircase is, and it's a really nice room. You could fit a couch and a TV here, no problem. It's got a really nice window and a heater, so it's gonna be comfortable all year long, and it's got beautiful exposed brick against this wall right here, which really just gives the whole place a super classy feel. And I really like the shape of this room. It's a nice boxy shape, which is always easy to set up. You know, it looks like the living room window doesn't get a ton of light because it kind of faces the middle of the building, but really I'd be putting an AC in here anyways. And if I'm in the mood for a nice view, I'll just go upstairs. All right, let's check out the bedroom. All right, this is what I'm talking about. The view in this bedroom's not great either, but it does get a lot of light, and the room itself is really large. There's more than enough space here for a queen-size bed. It's got a nice door with glass paneling on it, and it looks like there's a really big closet. Let's get this door out of the way. This is a really good closet. There's 1, 2, 3 levels. That's great. And it's nice. They've got this bar nice and high up. It's not like really low. If there was something low down here, it would kind of be useless, but this is a pretty good setup. And these shelves, I don't know how well you can see this. These are pretty wide. This is like over a foot wide. There's a lot of storage space in here. Since these doors slide, they don't take up space if you open them out, and you can easily get in and out of the room and get into the closet. The exposed brick here, definitely a nice touch. I really like how it is in both the bedroom and the living room that we just looked at. You could put a king-size bed in here if you really wanted to, but I would probably go with a queen just so you have a little bit more space, but it could fit a king if it needed to. You can't say that about every New York apartment. All right, let's check out the kitchen. It was right by the door. We saw it when we came in, but let's see it up close. Unfortunately, this area where the kitchen is right by the front door of the apartment. That is one downside. The best table you're gonna get is gonna be something small that is either right up against the wall or is a folding table that folds in and out and can be compacted when you're not using it. But you know, it's got all the appliances that you'd expect to see in something that's this price range. It's got the dishwasher, and it's got a washer dryer combination unit, so you don't actually have to take your stuff out of the washer and then dump it in the dryer. It's an all-in-one unit, and it's got a full-size stove and a really nice fridge and a microwave. I know some of you have mentioned that you don't like seeing the washer dryer in the kitchen. You've got the washer dryer right next to the dishwasher, and you've got the bathroom right here. The reason that everything is kind of right here, washer, dryer, dishwasher, and bathroom and sink, is because this is where water enters the apartment, and this is just where the water hookup is. If you were designing your own home from scratch and building your own place, you might not make these same choices, but this is the most efficient way that many landlords have found when renovating their apartments and adding things like this that you'd expect to see for around $4,000 a month. Cabinet space. There's a small one above the microwave, there's 2 here, and there's only 1 here. Cabinet space is really not that great, but there is a nice window off to the side here, so when you're cooking, you can easily air out the apartment and keep it fresh. All right, let's check out the bathroom. Okay, it's a really bright bathroom, that's good. Nice mirror right here with, where does it open? Right here. Lots of mirrors inside this medicine cabinet, that's great. This bathroom is kind of tight. Let me get the camera around so you guys can see. How is that? You can kind of see the whole bathroom from here. It's kind of tight, but you know something? Because of the way this is laid out, where you have the sink and the toilet and then the full-size bath at the end, if someone were using the bathtub or taking a shower, another person could come in here and brush their teeth if they needed to. So although it's kind of tight, there's enough space here for 2 people to use this at the same time if they need to. Really nice to see that there is also a window right here in the bathroom, and there's a little shelf here and a little shelf right here as well. So you could deck this place out, you could put some plants, you could put an oil diffuser. Nice to see a towel rack, and the bathtub also has shelving built into the wall. Definitely a tight space, but because of the layout, it's very efficient and 2 people could use it. Check this out. I said this neighborhood wasn't the most exciting, but right here is Madison Square Park. This park is just so picturesque and so well taken care of. There's also a Shake Shack here, and there are plenty of places to sit and hang around. And look at this scenery. This is so much different from Central Park. I mean, look at these buildings. This is definitely much smaller than Central Park, but just look at this view that you have of all these amazing pre-war buildings and all this classic New York architecture. This is awesome. Now, there is definitely something to be said for living in an awesome neighborhood like the Village, but although Gramercy and Flatiron aren't as exciting as living downtown, if you're close to this park, you're getting yourself a good location. But you know, the word good is a relative term. It's really gonna come down to what you value as a renter to have near your apartment. This location's great if you want a place that is peaceful and a little bit more grown up than some of the downtown neighborhoods we've been hanging out in recently. This is a great park to hang out in and read a book or use your tablet or laptop. And there aren't a lot of parks like this where you can really just see all these classic buildings. I mean, look at the Flatiron building. It's right there. That is such an iconic New York building. Roof deck, convenient location, neighborhood that's a little bit different than some of the others we've seen lately. What do you think about this place? Would you call this your next home? Leave a comment down below, and I love hearing your opinions. And really, these tours, they're not about the apartment. I just want you guys to have fun. And if you had fun watching this, hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.